Dead by Daylight recently dropped some patch notes covering a lot of changes coming into the future. But imagine if they went even further, fixing everything players have been begging for. What if I had unlimited resources, an ultimate budget, and the power to change whatever I wanted? The first thing I want to do is a complete menu and UI overhaul. The menu and the lobby layout will be redesigned to make navigation smoother and everything feel a lot cleaner. And the perk descriptions will be reworked to be a lot cleaner and easier to understand. On top of that, I want to remove perk tiers entirely, so there's no more tiered versions. Each perk will just have one standard version. Once you choose an option and you go to your loadout for whatever side you're playing, it'll be very clear and concise what you're going to do. When you head on over to a perk, they'll be categorized and organized so you know exactly what you're doing. And we're also going to introduce some help bubbles that will pop up that you can toggle off just to show you what you should do or recommend certain changes, especially if you're a newer player. Another big change I have in mind is a fully updated tutorial. Right now, the tutorial is a bit outdated and doesn't do a great job at teaching new players how to play. I want to revamp it completely, adding in-depth lessons for both killers and survivors with proper rewards for completing them. Since I'm already working on improving the tutorial, I'd like to also introduce a practice mode within custom games that lets players create custom matches with fully customizable, adjustable settings. You'll be able to control AI difficulty, assign specific perks and builds to survivors or killers, modify cooldowns, adjust spawn locations, set up certain tiles, and pretty much just have full-fledged matches for better practice. Since it's also going to be in custom games, this will be extremely good for tournaments because you can accurately determine skill based on what you're getting. It won't just be RNG, so it'll be more accurately judged. Another feature I would add is a cinematic mode and a replay system. Players will be able to enter a special mode where they can capture high-quality screenshots and videos, making it perfect for content creators and those who want to showcase their best plays. I also want to add a full replay system that allows players to go back and review their matches, analyze their gameplay, and capture some highlights. Similar to Marvel Rivals, this system would automatically generate highlights of big plays that you can easily share on any social media. On top of this, I'm also going to add in detailed statistics for after the match. This will be based on what survivors you play, the items you use, how many generators you've completed, what your main role is. This will also go over to the killer side and talk about those things there as well. I want to introduce killer-specific UI enhancements. Every killer will have an alternative UI option designed specifically for them. So if you're playing as Trapper or Ghostface, you'll have a more tailored experience with important information highlighted. Obviously, the UI does a decent job now, but having a different option or even a full-on option where you can customize specific things will be quite nice. I also want to update animations for all of the old killers, including giving them some new Moris and ensuring they have that third-person view when they're in that Mori, and some unique locker animations. While I'm at it, every killer in the game should have their own custom chase music. It's been long overdue. In addition, from now on, every legendary skin would also come with a banner, profile picture, and custom chase music to make them feel truly unique, and before you purchase it, it will show you what you're going to unlock. I would like to make sure that all killer animations are polished and consistent, ensuring smoother vaulting, breaking pallets, and overall movement. Sound balancing is also something major that I would like to implement. I'd rebalance all in-game sounds to ensure that footsteps, vaults, and grunts are consistent across different survivors. No one character should be way louder than another. That's been a long-going issue, so improving that would be pretty nice. Now let's talk about matchmaking and some of the balance changes. In this patch, I would allow players to see their MMR after the match. This wouldn't show you the exact number, but instead a rough estimate of where you stand. Additionally, I'd like to improve matchmaking so it factors in different playstyles, not just win-loss ratios, to ensure fairer matchups. Queue times for killers and survivors is also something that I would like to adjust to reduce the long, excessive wait times. This has already been fixed, but looking at things like 2v8 makes it feel really bad. Obviously, they're trying to make solutions, but hey, this is a perfect patch. We're just gonna fix it. One of the biggest changes I want to make is the anti-gen rush mechanic, and it's not going to be super overbearing. After a generator is completed, all remaining generators will receive a 3% cooldown for 30 seconds, or slowdown I should say. This effect does not stack, but it will help prevent multiple generators from popping way too quickly. At the same time, I think this is a pretty significant buff to the killer side, so what we're doing on one side, we gotta do to the other. Introducing a better fix to slugging than what DBD has. I want slugging to be less frustrating, and in order to do this, I'm going to give survivors a 10% faster recovery rate from the dying state. DBD's already tackling the slugging issue, and they're going to continue to make improvements upon it, but this is something I think that would work quite well. For solo queue improvements, I want to introduce solo queue HUD 2.0 essentially, where survivors can actively indicate their current action, whether they're unhooking, working on a generator, or even hiding. I'd also add a ping system that lets players mark important locations like generators or chests, but it won't let you ping the killer itself. This system will be toggleable as well, so if you don't want to see ping, you can turn it off at any time, and will ensure that it's a button that you can set yourself, so you could turn it off mid-match or turn it back on. Map reworks and visual updates. I'd love to focus on some map reworks. I would love to make it so that every old map that hasn't been updated will be fully reworked to remove some broken tiles, dead zones, maybe unfair loops. And I also want to pay close attention to lighting and visuals across every single map, especially bringing in a second graphical overhaul to the maps, especially that didn't necessarily receive them. A day and night cycle will be absolutely amazing as well, including a weather cycle too. Maps with no variations will at least receive one extra variation, and maps that have too many, bad and preschool, will remove those variations so that every map has a maximum 2 variations, unless it's really, really awesome and they have to make a third one. The Blood Web is also going to be getting an overhaul. DBD's already doing this, but I want to refine it a little bit more. Essentially, what I'm going to do is introduce a smart auto purchase system, allowing players to prioritize specific items on a Blood Web that they specifically want, and then you just click the button and it automatically spends points for them in the most efficient way possible, targeting the things that they specifically want. No more excessive clicking, you just click the button one time and it will spend your blood points optimally. Prestige rewards expansion. We already have some prestige rewards, but we need it to be expanded. I know DBD's working on this, but again, I'd like to chime in. I'd add in exclusive profile pictures, banners, and even a unique legacy style cosmetic for reaching prestiges 50, 75, and 100. That way, people can really feel rewarded for the time and effort that they're putting into the game. We can maybe give these legacy cosmetics to be like a green or blue legacy, what they did with the Haunted by Daylight kind of cosmetics. I think that would be pretty good. Hit validation and collision fixes. For hit validation, I would implement more dedicated servers and expand regional support to help eliminate inconsistencies where attacks hits are just unfair or they miss and they should have been connected. I think adding more servers would be great, and announcing when these servers are out too will go a long way. I'd also go through every single map to patch out collision exploits, removing spots where players get stuck or areas where survivors get fat shamed. On top of that, I'd also fix all terrain issues for the nurse while we're at it, ensuring that her blinks never get blocked by invisible walls or awkward terrains, or you teleport into somewhere that you shouldn't be teleporting into. But essentially, those are all the dream patches. Those are all the things that I would love to change, and there you have it. Those are all my dream patches for DBD. There's so many other changes that I'd love to make, but these are some of the biggest ones that come to mind. Let me know in the comments which one of these changes you'd love to see in the game, or if you have other ideas you think should be added. And that's gonna do it for me. As always, thank you guys for the support, and as always, I'm the king. I tip my crown to you, and I'll see you in the fog. Now, if you made it this far, before I wrap up, I want to give you all a quick update on what's been going on with me and the channel. Just a little life update in case you're curious. I normally do this on Discord, etc., but I wanted to just chime in here so you guys can know. First off, my PC has been giving me major issues. The liquid cooling has been leaking since 2023, and while I mentioned it to Zydax a couple times in the past, they assumed that the issue was fixed because I never really brought it up, but it wasn't. It's gotten really bad now. I used to just toss liquid cooling in there and just continue to using, but pretty much the liquid cooling, the pump, the reservoir, it's on its last legs. The only way to fix this is to replace the pump and the entire system, But the real issue is that the PC weighs 500 pounds. Shipping it will cost anywhere between $1,300 to $1,500, and that's just one way, meaning the full round trip is about $2,600 just to get it fixed. So obviously, not really worth it. I've been talking with Zydax, and I've decided to get a completely new build instead. This means officially an end of an era for my custom Dead by Daylight themed PC. It's been years, you guys have seen it on the channel, and I have a lot of fun memories with it, from the build process and seeing all the updates and working with Dead by Daylight and Zydax just to make it happen. It's really going to be sad to see it go, in all honesty. At the end of March, I'm going to be traveling to Montreal as well to visit Behavior offices. While I'm there, I plan on making a ton of content, whether that's just a vlog or interviewing some devs and maybe even some Hot Ones videos with Matthew Cote. So if you have any questions that you'd like for me to ask the developers, let me know. You can head over to my Discord. There's a dedicated section for you to submit them all over there. The reason why I'm letting you guys know about this as well is since I'll be away for about a week and a little bit more, that's also when I'll send out all the old parts from my PC to Zydax so they can start building a new computer, which means my streams and videos might be a little bit inconsistent for a bit, but once I'm back with a new setup and it's ready, you'll start seeing some content level upgrade. It's gonna be crazy. I invested in some new equipment, some new headsets. I even bought a teleprompter and some better recording gear to set up my video quality, make sure everything's good. By April, expect some notable improvements in my content. This year, I really want to take things to a new level. I really do want to step it up. That's not to say that these videos that you're going to see coming in the next few days and next month aren't going to be super high quality. I'm really just dipping my toes right now and trying to step it up. In terms of upcoming videos, I have some really exciting projects planned. I won't spoil anything just yet, but just know that I've been putting a lot and more time and effort into the videos. I even got some help with it as well. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy them. You'll also see 3 sponsored videos dropping on the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st. Listen, I know some people skip over the sponsored content, but I just wanted to give you guys the heads up. And remember, sponsorships directly support the channel, and most of this funding is going straight to the new PC. So if you see those videos, feel free to click them, show some support. No pressure at all, though. Listen, I'm going to surround it with a lot of DBD content as well to ensure YouTube doesn't kick me out of the algorithm or make all my views tank. It's a bit scary because doing 3 full dedicated videos is quite a lot, but I said, you know what? This really is coming at a great time, so it's a blessing. I'll take it, and I can upgrade the PC. Also, I still have that Instagram giveaway going on. If you want a chance to win any DLC of your choice, all you need to do is head over to my Instagram, like my most recent picture, and you'll be entered. I'm going to pick a random winner on Instagram, be like, what DLC you want? Boom, there you go. So that's still going on. By the time next week, I'll probably end it. But that's pretty much it for me now. I'll keep you guys updated more on Discord for those that care and are interested. But I do appreciate you guys for sticking around all the way to the end. As always, I'm the King. I did my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.